Are you listening?
Breakthrough Media. Truth always wins out in the end because it outlives falsehood.
Her name is pronounced comma, like the punctuation mark la, Kamala.
I wanted to be the last person in the room before he made important decisions. That's what I asked Kamala.
Got him! Got him!
Happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to Zeducation. And also, you should check out the Discord server after this video. There is an infinite amount of memes on the Discord server. So if you like the memes in this video, go check out the Discord server after this video is done. But first, before you do any of that, you have to play the rest of today's game. You laugh, you lose, go. So you mean to tell me the party that hates rich old white dudes and cops nominated a rich old white dude who picked an ex-cop as a running mate? Yes, the party of get rid of the patriarchy, get rid of the old white men, down with the cops, defund the police. They picked an old white dude and the former state attorney general of California. Yes, she did. You can't make it up. DNC, Bernie Bros. It's poor Bernie Bros. And again, I disagree with everything they stand for, everything they want. Socialism, terrible idea. But you gotta feel a little sympathy for the Bernie Bros who are just getting thrown under the bus. Thrown under the bus. No one cares what they think. The DNC doesn't care at all. Doesn't care at all. People in the 1960s. I better watch what I say or the government might wiretap my house. People today. Hey, wiretap, do you have a recipe for pancakes? Kind of funny how that happened. Kind of funny how that happened. We just let it happen. You know, people carry around a phone with a speaker on it, and every text message, every timestamp on your phone calls, it all goes to the NSA database. We all know this. We know this from the Snowden leaks, and no one cares. Hashtag believe all women until it gets in the way of being vice president. We'll talk about that on a future episode, but very funny how that happened. Right, Kamala, right, Joe?
Kamala.
If you think 78-year-old feeble Joe Biden is all of a sudden going to bring change in 2021 after he has spent the last 47 years in government, you're just not very intelligent. Agreed, but sadly, I think most of the people voting for Joe Biden, they're not voting for Joe, they're voting with the hate in their heart for Trump. That's what they're voting with. 1. Black Lives Matter co-founder calls for defunding police departments. 2. Seattle Police Chief Carmen Best resigns after cuts to budget, staff approved by City Council. 3. Black community blaming racism for police chief's departure. Exactly what they wanted, and then it's racist. I still don't get it. Spotted at a Subaru dealership trying to buy a legacy. Your legacy is already made. Hey, by the end of 2014, we will have troops out of Afghanistan. Remember that? Remember you stood in front of 30,000 troops and said that? That's your legacy. That is your legacy. Oh, don't cross the red line. Don't cross the red line in the sand. That's your legacy. That is your legacy. Coronavirus waiting to see if I'm going to a bar instead of a store so it can attack me. Right, because the virus is smart enough to know that. We know this, all right? We know this. Major companies want the BLM movement no longer sells. I think we are over the hump. We're seeing the turn in this. A lot of people, Nike reported huge losses. Ratings for sports, basketball, baseball, all that way down, which is very surprising because we haven't had sports for a long time. I figured people would flock to them. NASCAR ratings way down. People are sick of it. They're sick and tired of it. So I think we're going to see this. No crime, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Joe Biden's plan after Democrats defund, abolish police. That's all it takes, guys. A sign. A sign prevents crime. A law prevents criminals from doing crime. We know this. We know this. Alabama passes law to approve castration for convicted pedos. For criminals who are convicted of a sex crime with minors under the age of 13, Alabama will now require chemical castration as a condition of parole. Yeah? Government doing its job. Government doing its job. Aren't we spreading COVID-19 with mail-in voting? Hey, there we go. I knew it. Whoever opens that envelope, whoever opens it is exposed. Nancy, you want to expose people like this? You want to expose the counters? The mail delivery people? Come on. If masks were required in the Willie Brown days, you'd still be fetching coffee. Ooh. James Woods, bringing the heat. I have two goals when I wake up every morning: to make America great again and to piss off little crybabies. And that's why you have to love him. You have to love him. He's promoting the idea of being proud to be an American again, which I fully support, I fully back. And he is just triggering the right people. I love it. The CNNs of the world, just angry, exposing themselves day in and day out. Love it, love it, love it. When you've made the Democrats so insane, they can only campaign on higher taxes, pro-crime, and more war. Another one. Ah, yes. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. I love it. Time Magazine. Pelosi will forever be known as the Speaker of the House that was so full of shit that the country ran out of toilet paper. The worst part about Nancy is that she knows she's full of it and she's playing politics. You can tell with that smirk on her face, lying through her dentures. I honestly cannot wait till she is done in Congress. Finally, a sign I can get behind. Criminals obey gun laws like politicians follow their oath of office. Like I said, laws, rules. You know, people follow them no matter what, we know this. The Clintons, Hollywood, and the British royal family's assassins running into each other outside of Ghislaine Maxwell's prison cell. I don't want to go too far down the Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell hole on this episode. What I will say, this past week, Ghislaine Maxwell taken off suicide watch. A couple days later, she is isolated from other prisoners for her own safety. All I'm saying is somebody better make sure those damn cameras are working this time. We cannot let her get Epsteined. We can't. Make sure the cameras are frickin' working. If you can do this now, you can do this on election day. Oh, no, but you're putting people's lives at risk. How dare you? How dare you suggest that? How dare you suggest that if you can go to Walmart or Costco and stand in line, then you can stand in line to do voting? Unbelievable. Disgusting.
How dare you?
This isn't a protest. This is a church. You need to shut down. This is a Protestant church. Checkmate. Judging people by the color of their skin is wrong. I wish you privileged white people would understand that. Everyone wants me to read the Constitution, but it's written in cursive. People don't need cars anymore. They've got Uber. I love the AOC memes. Oh, yes. Me goes 80 miles per hour in a 50 mile per hour zone. The truck behind me. Good meme. This is a good meme. And anyone that does that, screw you. Screw you. Sometimes Daddy takes private planes to visit other little girls. By Chelsea Clinton. That's it for today's video. Until next time, I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation.
Breakthrough Media.
Do you care about Black lives? The people that run Baltimore don't. I can prove it. Walk with me. They don't want you to see this. I'm Kim Klasick. This is Baltimore, the real Baltimore. This is the reality for Black people every single day. Crumbling infrastructure, abandoned homes, poverty, and crime. Baltimore has been run by the Democrat Party for 53 years. What is the result of their decades of leadership? Baltimore is one of the top 5 most dangerous cities in America. The murder rate in Baltimore is 10 times the U.S. average. The Baltimore poverty rate is over 20%. Homicide, drug, and alcohol deaths are skyrocketing in our city. Do you believe Black Lives Matter? I do. The vast majority of crime in Baltimore is perpetrated against Black people, who make up 60% of the population. So why don't we care about our communities? The Democrat Party have betrayed the Black people of Baltimore. If the politicians walk the streets like I do, they would see exactly how their policies and corruption affects us. But they don't want to see it. They don't want you to see this. Go to any Baltimore neighborhood and ask this question. Do you want to defund the police?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
I had 3 sons killed in Baltimore City. And I think if we defund the police office, it's going to be worse than that. So no, I'm opposed to that.
What are you going to defund the police for? Why? How do you defend your city, your community? Families are losing people.
It's not just Baltimore. The worst place for a Black person to live in America is a Democrat-controlled city. It's 2020. Name a blue city where Black people's lives have gotten better. Try. I'll wait. Look at this. How are children supposed to live here and play here? Democrats think black people are stupid. They think they can control us forever, that we won't demand better, and that we'll keep voting for them forever, despite what they've done to our families and our communities. Are they right? I'm Kim Klacik, and I'm running for Congress because I actually care about black lives. All black lives matter. Our communities matter. Baltimore matters. And black people don't have to vote Democrat.
Breakthrough